James Conner in the backfield on the right side of Big Ben. Motion by the tight end McDonald down the line left to right. And the snap goes high over the head of Big Ben all the way back to the 2 to the 1. And the Browns have it in the end zone. And they dive on the ball and recover it for a touchdown. Carl Joseph's got it in the end zone. A touchdown.
Not a bad start.
6-0 Browns. Marquise Pouncey just sailed the ball over the head of Big Ben, who looked at James Conner. They raced back towards inside the 5-yard line. It went into the end zone. B.J. Goodson and Carl Joseph were over there, and Joseph recovers it. Calling signals, takes the snap, gives it, Chubb runs, dips his shoulders, he's to the 40, 35, he's to the 30, cut back 25, he's to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Nick Chubb, he's over 1,000, and the Browns lead 6-0. James Conner in the backfield on the right side of Big Ben. Motion by the tight end McDonald down the line left to right. And the snap goes high over the head of Big Ben all the way back to the 2 to the 1. And the Browns have it in the end zone. And they dive on the ball and recover it for a touchdown. Carl Joseph's got it in the end zone. A touchdown.
Not a bad start.
6-0 Browns. Marquise Pouncey just sailed the ball over the head of Big Ben, who looked at James Conner. They raced back towards inside the 5-yard line. It went into the end zone. B.J. Goodson and Carl Joseph were over there, and Joseph recovers it. Calling signals, takes the snap, gives it, Chubb runs, dips his shoulders, he's to the 40, 35, he's to the 30, cut back 25, he's to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Nick Chubb, he's over 1,000, and the Browns lead 6-0.
All right. Looks like we are rip roaring ready to go. Let me check. We got levels. Yep. We are good to go. Welcome into a Victory Wednesday edition of Load the Box. Not just Victory Wednesday, it is week one victory. We haven't said that since 2004 when your Cleveland Browns beat the Ravens at home with Jeff Garcia as the quarterback. Boy, that just brings me back. But that is not then. It is 2022, and we are week one winners. My God, it's about damn time. And your Brownies, for the first time since 1993, are favored in the first 2 weeks. Or no, not only that, but they have a chance to go 2-0 since the first time since 1993, when Bill Belichick was our head coach. It is a good feeling. It is a good feeling.
I have to say this. I am not a very passionate person. I get excited. I'll hoot and holler every now and again. I'm nowhere near your level. But I have never stood up so fast after Cade motherfucking York booted that ball 58 yards to the upright. That ball probably would have been good from 70.
Oh, that's what I said.
He booted that thing. That was a bomb. And I have never been so excited after a field goal kick. I mean, I stood up. I'm just fist pumping, and I did the same thing as I've seen all over TikTok. I looked right at the screen. They panned to Baker Mayfield. And I said, "Fuck you, Baker. Go back to Oklahoma." and I meant it. It just felt like a new wave came over us. It felt great. It felt glorious. It felt like a new beginning. It was exactly what this team needed. It was a must-win game. They went out. It was sloppy, but they won.
That's
a win
right.
is a win.
And that's one thing that I like is that the old Browns would have found a way to lose this game, and we nearly did. Let's call it.
Yep.
Let's make that clear right now.
Yep.
We nearly did it. I think it was really just 2 blown coverages. 3. I'm sorry.
2 blown coverages and a lucky pickup by Christian McCaffrey.
Well, yeah. But I mean, I'm talking about like the 2 big throws that Baker had.
Yeah.
That shouldn't have happened, and I think the defense will get that figured out. I'd like to think that that's due to a lack of time in the preseason.
Yeah, but so I've seen a lot of explanations about this.
Yeah,
and it is all communication, but it all falls on different people. The first one was solely on Grant Delpit. He came too far in, ball got over his head. Can't let that happen. The 75-yard pass to Robbie Anderson is actually because I guess in the defense that they play, Greg Newsome was supposed to take the inside post. He didn't take it. Grant Delpit was caught leaning in too far, and by that time he was gone. Trying to get greedy in that defense, thinking that he would be able to go keep everything in front of him, and that's situational, right? You have to know. You cannot let the ball go over your head. You cannot. Not when you're up by 9.
No, you're right. Okay. So your wife, Angie, is in chat saying, first she said, "Here we go, Brownies." Then she said, "Hey, you guys never asked about each other's week. How was it?" That is my apologies, Angie. Yeah. We were excited.
It's not a normal show for us. We don't normally win week 1.
No, we don't.
We used to lose in week 1.
Exactly. So we were a little bit excited. So Mienko, how was your week?
My week was eventful. Noah's been sick.
Okay.
He was, was it 2 weeks ago, I guess now. He went to the hospital. Kind of got better. Thought he was on the up and up. We had to keep him home from school this whole past week. He's finally going back to school tomorrow.
Nice.
Thankfully. I got sick, as you can probably hear in my voice a little bit. Thankfully, I think mine's just bronchitis, some kind of upper respiratory thing. It's nothing close to what he has. But the nice thing I would say as far as like good parts of my week go, we were at my dad's on Sunday for the game, and my brother Paul has a Blackstone, and we actually made a huge breakfast before the game, and we decided it was eggs, bacon, sausage, pancakes, and then what we ended up doing with the leftover meat and eggs, we rolled burritos. So this
Nice.
Sunday, instead of going out and buying breakfast like we normally would, we'll just throw those on the Blackstone and heat them back up and make some nice grilled burritos. So
Nice.
yep, that's my week. How was your week?
It wasn't too bad. I worked a lot. Did quite a bit of work and had a little bit of issues at work because I thought I was going to work this past Saturday, and it was all depending on a certain contractor. If they were working, I was going to work, sort of thing.
Sure.
And I found out on Thursday that they were going to work, so I said, okay. I get ready for it, and it was all the way up in Columbus, and I had to be there by like 6:30 in the morning. So I was going to have to leave my house Saturday morning by 4:30 in the morning. And then on Friday morning, I find out that they're not working. They call and said, yeah, we're not going. I said, okay, awesome. Went and made plans for Friday night. Like, I had some stuff going on. Then they called back and said, oh, we're working again. I said, what? They're like, yeah, we decided we are going to work now. I said, but you already canceled. Well, but now we're not. And I was like, you realize I just made plans, right? Well, we're going to be there. You have to be there. So I got pissed.
Oh my God.
I was pissed. And then they called back 5 minutes later and said, okay, we're not working. And I was like,
I'd be flipping.
I told him, I called him. I was like, buddy, listen, I don't care if you're working tomorrow or not. I'm not going. I'm not going to be there.
Yeah.
You're not going to start it and then start and cancel. Like, I'm not playing this game with you. I will not be there. Have a good day.
Yep. Have a good day.
So I didn't go up there on Saturday.
I bid you adieu.
But on Friday night, my plans actually did get canceled, so I didn't really do a whole lot. So whatever. Saturday, I went out to a couple bars. I took my brother-in-law out. He is just one of those things where, I needed to get away a little bit. He needed to get away. And I was just DD, and let's just say this: it was a good thing he had one.
Oh,
it was a good thing he had a DD, and I was plenty sober enough to drive him home.
Good.
And we had a good time. And then obviously we know what happened on Sunday.
Yeah.
We had a great time. My wife was trying to nap during the game. She like,
oh no.
Well, I told her, I'm like, nap at your own risk.
Right. Exactly.
And she knows that. She knows nap at your own risk. And I was good for the most part until Cade motherfucking York. Man.
That was, as a longtime Browns fan, I'm thankful my kids weren't in the room the whole time. Because after they went up, I was like, there's no fucking way we're doing this right now. I looked at Ange when she walked in the room and said, they're going to fucking win. They are going to win. Talking about the Panthers.
Yeah.
The Browns just found a way to lose this damn game. They've been up all game, dominated the whole first half, and they're going to find a way to lose. And then they kicked the field goal, and I've never moved that fast in my life. I'm a big guy. I've never moved that fast.
Cade York told Jacoby Brissett, and he said, just get me to the 40. That's all I need.
That's what Stefanski told him too.
Yep. And you know what? That's one thing. That's the whole reason why we got rid of Case Keenum and we brought in Brissett. Is that obviously Brissett's not going to be the guy who's going to throw for 3 or 4 touchdowns in a game. Maybe every once in a while he will. He'll have himself a good game. But he's going to at least put you in a chance to win the game more often than not. I mean, he is a good game manager quarterback. And that's what happened. He put us in a position to win the game. With that being said, we left some points on the board.
A lot.
We left a lot of points on the board. Brissett missed quite a few. He missed 2 on the long balls, big time. That if he would have hit one of them, it would have been a touchdown. It'd have been done. Another one was to Amari Cooper. I don't think that one probably would have went for a touchdown, but it could have. Like, it had the potential.
One of the holding call, right?
I
in the
can't.
fourth quarter.
No, it was before that. It was kind of earlier in the game. He's just
Okay,
overthrew.
then he had a third then
Okay,
where he was supposed to go to Amari Cooper. The guy held him, and if he would have hit Amari Cooper, it'd have been like a 40-yard gain.
gotcha.
And also, I know I sent it to you on a DM of it, but there was a play where Nick Chubb was literally waving his hand, just waving that sucker,
Yep,
because there was no one on the left side of the field.
yep,
If he throws that ball, he is gone.
exactly.
So you're absolutely right. He's not going to win us the game by using his arm. It has to be a team effort.
Yep,
And, that's what it was. It
yep,
was a team effort.
yep. And there was a stat line in that game that I don't think we've been able to say for a long time.
What's
You know,
that?
no turnovers.
Yeah.
We didn't throw an interception. We didn't fumble the ball. Now we almost did, thanks to Demetric Felton. He's got to get his shit taken care of on the return game. Every time he went to go catch a punt, I got nervous. I held my breath.
Yeah.
And
after the first one, I was nervous.
And he muffed one. Luckily, was it Herb Miller?
Herb Miller.
Yeah,
Herb Miller.
he recovered that luckily, and then the Browns cut him.
They got him back though.
Is he on a practice squad? Okay. But whatever. So yeah, we definitely let some points on the board. And I'm going to say this about Brissett. So he went 18 of 34, 147 yards and a touchdown. Touchdown throw was a great throw. It was an easy throw, great throw. You expect
It was actually not a great throw. Kareem Hunt didn't need to try that hard to catch that ball.
You're right. But
it got where it needed to go.
Exactly.
The ball was caught. I'm not going to complain.
Exactly. And I think Brissett will get better as time goes on.
Oh yeah.
He only played a quarter in one preseason game, and that was it? Or was it a half? I can't remember.
I think he technically played a half.
Okay. So, I mean, he'll get better. He will get better. I'm not too worried about him. I mean, we know what we got. And we also confirmed yet again that we do have the best running backs, the best backfield in the NFL. No, it is not. It is not. Nick Chubb had 22 carries for 141 yards. He averaged 6.4 yards a carry.
I'm sorry. What was that average again?
6.4.
Oh, okay. I thought you said over 6 yards a carry. Jeez.
The 6 yards a carry. Oh God.
I said I thought you said over 6 yards a carry.
Okay, yeah. 6.4.
That's just sanity, man.
Kareem Hunt went 11 of 46 and a touchdown, 4.2 yards per carry as well. So Anthony Schwartz had two carries as well. Nice to see him not drop a ball. We'll take that.
He did drop one, but
it was kind of one of those. That was a contested one. I'll give him a little credit. Kareem Hunt also had a reception for a touchdown. Obviously, we talked about that. But Amari Cooper didn't do a whole lot, but he was covered the entire game. He had 3 catches for 17 yards. He was doubled and tripled the entire game. I'm going to give him that. And that's one of the reasons why we brought him in, is because he opened it up for our man DPJ. He had 6 catches for 60 yards, no touchdowns. The numbers say he had a bad game. Like, he didn't have a great receiving game. All you have to do is watch it. You look at some of the contested catches that he made. They were ridiculous.
He was draped.
Yes, he was.
All over him. And I don't know if you heard this from, speaking of Cooper, sorry to go back, but one of the reporters asked Brissett about that, and he said, we had our chance, we're not completely on the same page yet. We're gonna knock on the rust off. And then he said, it's hard to throw somebody the ball when they're holding them the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean, he was getting held left and right.
Yep.
I mean, if you're getting held back, what more can you do? I mean, the one in the fourth quarter was a perfect example. Mark Cooper had him beat, and the guy literally grabbed his jersey and yanked him backwards. That's what caused the overthrow. But I mean, I don't even know if he would have got it in the first place.
Yeah.
But yes, back to DPJ. I mean, that man he was so damn reliable.
Yep.
So reliable.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Oh, what else? Okay, so um John Johnson had half a sack.
Hang on.
Oh,
Before you
sorry.
go there.
Yeah, let's
Before you go
stick
there,
on
I want to
offense.
state two things.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number one, the best rated guard by PFF this week, Wyatt Teller. The sixth best ranked tackle by PFF this week. Can you guess who it was?
Was that James Hudson?
James Hudson.
I was gonna say, I forgot to mention that he played a great game. I think he needed that.
Yep.
He had a good offseason as well, and I think it's showing.
I think this man's only been playing offense tackle for 2-3 years now.
This is his
third
second
year.
Is this his third year? I thought last year he was a rookie.
Played 1 year at tackle in college.
Okay.
I think he played tackle at Cincinnati in college.
Okay.
And then obviously last year being his second year and this year being his third year.
Gotcha.
Which is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Crazy to think.
And
yet last year he played both left and right side.
Yep. And actually he's actually the backup left tackle normally.
Just crazy.
On the depth chart, he's listed behind Jedrick Wills.
Wow.
So he's doing it again. So good on him. He really stepped up when we needed it to. I don't think the Browns allowed a sack that game, did they?
They did not. Kept them clean.
Okay, there we go. That's what we want to see. We wanted to see Brissett have a clean game, and he did for the most part. Like you said, he missed a couple throws, but at least we kept him off his back for the most part.
Yep.
So we will take that. Obviously, the passing game needs to step up.
Yeah,
and I think
that's going to come with rhythm, though.
I mean, will.
You look at your tight ends. Jacoby Brissett loves tight ends, and yet you only had what three targets for Harrison Bryant, 2 or 3 for Njoku.
Yeah, Harrison Bryant had 2 catches, Njoku had 1. So I mean,
and then a lot of that's because of timing, the way the offense was flowing.
Yeah,
this is the pace of the game, and he even said it today. He said, we'll get them their touches.
Yep.
It's just going to take us time.
Yep, exactly.
Depends on the game plan for the week, too. And another crazy thing to think of. How many plays were Chubb and Hunt on the field together at the same time?
That's another.
If they perfect that and they really get that to the point where it's starting to work, that could be dangerous. I mean, you saw it on the touchdown to Hunt.
Yep.
They had no idea who to take.
Yeah, exactly.
Kareem Hunt was left wide open. There's no one around him for 3 yards.
And that's actually something that Kevin Stefanski did talk about today. He said we will see more of that. And one thing I like about that is that it kind of, you touched on it, it is going to open up the entire field. It's going to open up Amari Cooper. It's going to open up DPJ. These defenses don't know who to cover. When you have that many weapons on the field, that is a great feeling. I'm glad you kind of brought that up because I was going to kind of talk about that a little bit.
The other thing you can even do is you can even run running plays out of it. You could run Kareem Hunt as a fullback. You can run Nick Chubb as a running back.
Yep.
You can do all of that. You can run almost a triple option. Not that Jacoby Brissett's going to really run away from anybody. But point being is, you could run a triple option style out of that. Because who do you take?
Exactly.
Kareem Hunt's a top 10 running back. Nick Chubb's a top 2 running back, and he's not number 2.
Yep.
So who do you take?
Exactly.
There's too many options there.
Yep. Exactly. So let's go on to defense. I think other than those couple of things that we brought up, I think the defense played a really good game. Grant Delpit had an interception. That was nice. It was a good interception. He kind of dove for it and he got it. So we'll take that. Baker Mayfield was sacked 4 times. Wait, was it 4 times or was it 3?
I think so. It may only be recorded as 3.
Maybe because Tommy Togiai had 1. Good to see him, by the way.
Yeah.
Nice to see him coming in. I know John Johnson and Ronnie Harrison got credited
That's
for a
4
half a
then.
sack.
Because Garrett had 2.
Okay. Yeah, and then Miles had 2 back to back. I just want to point that out. And that last one, he made Baker fumble, which Baker had a case of the fumbles.
He did.
Man, there was a lot of times that he missed. He just kept fucking up the snap big time.
Yeah.
There was quite a few of those. And then one thing that it was kind of nice to see not happen to us is that balls getting batted down at the line.
Yeah, that was rough.
That happened quite a bit for Carolina, and I like the
3
fact.
or 4, I think.
Yeah, first pass of the game, Jadeveon Clowney just completely swatted it down. So that was nice to see to them and not us.
So fun fact, if you didn't, I don't know if you heard this or not, but if you eliminate the 3 big plays, so the 2 blown coverages and then the 28-yard run by McCaffrey, they only averaged 2.3 yards a play. The Panthers did.
There you go.
That is a shutdown defense performance.
Yeah, it is.
But you can't take away those plays.
No, you can't. You can't.
So you can't call it shutdown, and that's the problem.
Yep.
They, as a defense, have to get better. But at the same time, you have to think about it this way. It is a lot easier to improve and look positively at your negatives.
Yes.
When you win versus if you're coming off a loss.
Exactly. All your negatives look so much better when you win the game. That is, you are 100% right when you say that. And then I think we got to say this is that Cade York, man, he, what was it? Did he go 4 for 4, I think? Or was it? Yeah, 4 for 4. So, and he made both of his extra point attempts. That's what we like. Yep. So he hit, obviously, both of his extra point attempts. He hit field goals from 26, 34, and 36 yards. And then the one. The game winner, 58 yards. My favorite, I want to, real quick, I just want to say this. My favorite part about that play was that, you know how Cade put that draw on it and it just curved right in. And now, obviously, that was pure design. You know, that's what he wanted to do.
That's what he's been doing. Though.
Exactly. What was hilarious, and I don't know if you saw this or not, was there was a Carolina player that as it was right before it drawed in, he went like this, and then it drawed in, and he just goes like this to that.
Yeah.
And it is towards the left side of your screen. I want you to watch it after we get off here and just watch it, because that was one of the first things I noticed after watching, like, when I finally watched a replay of it.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite things. It's just watching the happiness and joy go out of him when he realized that kick was on the fucking money. And that kick, you already said it, that kick was good for 70 yards. I'm not kidding. This guy's got a leg. He has got a fucking hammer for a leg.
Boot.
I am absolutely shocked. I knew he was good. We knew that. And that's why you draft a kicker in the 4th round. I'm so tired of everybody saying that was a wasted draft pick, because that's what we heard. A lot of people said how exactly. Kickers are worth quite a bit in this league. Cade York proved that. And you know what? Absolutely. Evan McPherson proved that last year for the Bengals. Not this past week. He played like shit, and it was awesome.
We'll get into that later. But speaking of that kick, I want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Zagura and Jim Donovan.
Yes,
that
the call.
If you have not heard it, is probably one of my favorites.
Yep.
That is second behind the playoff call from Jim Donovan when they beat the Steelers. Those 2 calls will live with me for a very long time. The call and hearing Zagura go, That was just priceless.
Yep.
I mean, it was. I've not. I obviously didn't listen to a lot of the game because I was watching on TV, but I'm going to now try and sync up my TV with my phone to listen to it together, because it's got to be so much better than what
Oh
you're
yeah.
seeing on TV.
Oh yeah. I completely agree. And I was a little worried when I found out Doug Deacon was retiring, because
Yeah.
it like Jim Donovan and Doug Deacon. I mean, those have been the duo for so long in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But when they said that Nathan Segura was going to replace him, I knew it was a good choice. I listen to Cleveland Browns Daily. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily. Nathan Segura is great. He is great. He is great for this team, and he proved it. He did great in the booth with Jim, I think, and
He is one person that wants to see this team succeed.
Yep.
As much, if not more, than the fans.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously, he has to cover this team every day. He's not like us.
Yeah.
If we are upset with the Browns, we can turn it off, right?
Yep.
We can just not talk about him. He has to talk about him at least 2 hours a day,
Yep.
every single Monday through Friday.
Yep.
And then on top of that, in the off season, has to still show up at the building. Yes, he gets to see the players, which is cool. He gets to travel with the team, which is amazing. But he still has to cover the team, good and bad. He was still doing those shows when they were 0-16 and 1-15. He was doing it every single day with a smile on his face, trying to put a positive spin on it. This is a booth that I am so excited to see and hear because of the positivity.
Yeah.
I hate all the negativity around this team. And for so long, I mean, we know who we're talking about, the beat reporters. But this booth is so positive and wants the Browns to win so bad. If they succeed, it's only going to be incredible to listen to them each and every game. But I think we can kind of put a bow on this game, and we can move on to this week.
Now, I will say Cade York was made Special Teams Player of the Week.
He deserved it.
I wanted to point that out. So, and he also beat Phil Dawson's record for the longest field goal in Browns history. Or
nice.
wait, not Browns history, but I'm trying to think of how I word this. So Phil Dawson's longest career field goal, at least for the Browns, was 57 yards.
Okay.
And Cade beat that by 58. So that's just, I just wanted to throw that one in there. So this week we are playing the New York Jets. We're playing a team that kind of got their asses handed to them last week. We are playing another familiar quarterback for this team. We are playing Joe Flacco. He is leading the Jets this week. This Jets team, I don't know what to think of them. So I think they were going to be sneaky good.
Garbage with Joe Flacco.
Yeah. So I thought in the offseason they would kind of be a sneaky good game, or a sneaky good team. Maybe not a playoff team, not there yet, but I think they got a lot better in the offseason. They didn't show that last week, but they're coming into Cleveland, okay? It is our home opener. And there's something just a little bit different about this home opener. It's just a little bit different. For anyone who hasn't seen it, and I'm sure any NFL fan has seen it, is that the Browns unveiled their logo at midfield. It is not the NFL shield. It is not the Browns helmet. It is not a dog. We are going back to our roots. Brownie the elf, the stiff arm elf, is back. He is midfield, and he looks fucking glorious.
I love it.
I love it. My dad and I were actually talking about getting that tattooed on us.
I want one of those hoodies. The equipment staff one, one that Stefanski is wearing.
Yep.
Those things are so freaking cool.
Yep. Now, people are giving a shit over it. People think it's an ugly logo. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? A lot of people, I guess, don't realize the history behind it.
Exactly.
Like, my dad actually sent me a giant article about what Brownie like what it comes from, and I guess it goes all the way back to like the 1600s in England. There was like these things called a brownie that they weren't an elf. They were just called a brownie. It looks like Brownie the Elf, and they wore like tattered clothing. And they would go around. They would clean your house. That was like an old tale that they used to teach kids and everything. And so when the first owner of the team was kind of making things happen, he was like, "Oh, Brown's brownie." He had been told that tale, and he was like, "Let's just change the clothes a little bit, make it Brown's colors and go from there," sort of thing. That's a very SparkNote version of the story. So there's obviously a hell of a lot more to it, but and he became Brownie the Elf, and I don't understand why people don't know the logo. I mean, I feel like if you're a football fan, you gotta know it.
No,
Because
I don't agree.
I at least an NFL fan, because we have sold merchandise with Brownie the Elf on it for years now. He wasn't a mainstay, but
it's a lot bigger inside of Cleveland and inside of Ohio than what it is outside of Ohio. So a lot of people that know the history are going to be a lot more inside Ohio. They're going to want to be more surrounded by the Brownie the Elf. We all, as Browns fans, know who Brownie is. We all have seen him 1,000 times. But if you're outside of the norm, if you're not, and you don't know a lot of Browns fans, you've not seen Brownie the Elf a whole lot. Now, would I have done some research before I opened my mouth and started saying how stupid it was, like Rich Eisen? Yeah, I would have.
Even Pat McAfee, they on the Pat McAfee show, they all them gave it a lot of shit too, and that was pretty annoying. The fact that you have a show like as big as Pat McAfee's and you don't know who Brownie the Elf is kind of ridiculous. But it just come on, they're a national sports show. They should.
You're talking about Pat McAfee show though. They like to have a lot of fun. They're goofballs. They're off the wall.
Well, they also didn't understand
it. Content.
I know, but they didn't understand it. Like I'm shocked that Rich Eisen didn't even understand it. That is actually shocking to me. I feel like if you're
a Michigan fan, so that makes sense.
That was rude.
I'm sorry. That was something wrong.
That was rude. It was awfully rude. Hey, at least I'm not a Notre Dame fan.
Yeah. At least you're not a Texas A&M fan. Then you would have lost the Appalachian State.
Listen. For all A&M fans, I feel you. Man. I was watching that game and I'm like, I was rooting for Appalachian State to win because I didn't want to be the
only one.
Yes. That's
funny.
Any A&M fans out there, I feel you. I know what you're going through. It sucks. It doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better at all. I feel like they're getting away from it though. They're kind of getting away scot-free as compared to Michigan, because Michigan was pretty hyped up that year. I will 100% say that. They were very hyped up coming into that 2007 year. Just to lose that game week 1 was a real bad time for me.
Was it Rich Rodriguez year?
No, that was Lloyd Carr.
Was that Brady Hoke?
No, that was Lloyd Carr. That was still Lloyd Carr. I believe Lloyd Carr retired just after that. I had to look.
I'd retire after that too.
So would I. Yeah. That was not a good. was not a good time. Why did we bring that up? Anyway, Brownie the Elf is back. Thank you for that. So let's look at this Jets.
I want you to start with Joe Flacco's stats from last week.
That's what I'm pulling up. Give me 1 second. It was the one thing I forgot to pull up.
You can get there faster. You probably have it, don't you?
I'm getting there. Google's being really dumb right now, not pulling it up for me. I
have it.
Well,
all right. Joe Flacco last week, he went 37 of 59 for 307, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
Ooh.
With a passer rating of 74.6.
Is that a QBR or the passer rating?
Passer rating.
Okay.
Yes. So, with that being said, I pray we can make them throw 59 times.
Yep.
Because I think it was their center or their right guard, allowed 8 pressures last week. They gave up 3 sacks last week. They are starting a really, really bad left tackle, I believe it is. I'd have to look at the stats again. So when I was listening to Browns Daily today, they're talking about the PFF rankings, and I believe he ranked like 31st out of 32 left tackles.
Yep.
Really bad.
Yep.
Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney are going to be having a field day.
And by the way, that
offensive line.
That left tackle that went down, that was their second string left tackle.
Yes.
So,
yes. So
want to point that out.
Now, I will say, overall, they do have 2 pretty nice running backs, young guys, who, once they get their feet under them, I think will be nice running backs in Michael Carter and Breece Hall, both picked consecutive years.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not there yet. And that line is still struggling. If they had Mekhi Becton, this game is totally different, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But they don't. So here we are.
And I also think they have a better defense than what they've had before.
Yeah, we can get there in a second.
Yeah.
But the sneaky part of this team is the receiving core. Receiving core wise, you have Corey Davis, obviously was a first round pick. You have Garrett Wilson, who I wanted. Obviously, we didn't have a first round pick.
Yeah.
But point being is that he's going to be very good once he gets the hang of the NFL.
Yeah.
And they still have Elijah Moore. Sorry, I was thinking Mitchell, but he's plays with Niners. So they still have Elijah Moore, who I think was really good last year as a rookie, now coming into his second year. And on top of that, they still have Braxton Berrios, who killed us last year.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember that, but he killed us last year. They did pick up 2 tight ends. They got C.J. Uzama and then Tyler Conklin, which was weird because they signed both, but yet they only played 2 tight ends like 3 plays. So I don't know if they're saving that for this game or what they're doing, but very interesting combo of not getting those guys in the field at the same time. But I like our matchup.
I do too. I like our matchup big time. I will say this. They do have a good defense. I like their defense. I think Sauce Gardner is going to be a good player in this league.
Very good.
CJ Mosley, he might not be the player he used to be, but he's still good. Same thing with Quan Alexander. Their defense is good. So is DJ Reed. And props to him. I don't know if you saw this or not, because he had an interception last week. And it was kind of late in the game, and he started celebrating the interception. He got a lot of hell for it because, like, why are you celebrating the game? Like, we're getting our ass kicked here. Right. And it was actually due to he found out before the game that his father had passed.
Oh, wow.
And he was celebrating. It was the interception was for him, for his dad. Yeah. So that's something. He caught a lot of hell for that, and people didn't know. So
well, props to him for at least celebrating that, the memory of his father.
Exactly.
The name that you haven't mentioned, and this should be a big one, is Quinnen Williams.
Yep.
That's a big piece inside. Now, speaking of their front line, I don't know if you saw this, but the Ravens did not run the ball well at all against them.
No, they didn't.
They had 48, 59, 63 rushing yards.
Yep.
When have we ever heard of the Ravens having 63 rushing yards?
Exactly. They also didn't throw the ball very well against the Jets. They only had 211 passing yards. It was more than what we had last week, but still.
Yeah, but Lamar also 3 for 3 and 3 touchdowns.
Well, yeah, that's true. I forgot to mention that. Thank you.
A little bit of a big deal.
It is. That is. My bad. The Jets' third down efficiency last week was bad. They went 2 of 14 on third down.
Holy smokes.
Now they were 3 for 4 on fourth down.
Mm-hmm.
But still, they went 2 of 14. That is not good at all. That is hot ass garbage.
Yeah.
We should have defensively, we should have a field day with this team.
Should.
And I think this is going to be one of those times where the Browns are going to beat the hell out of Joe Flacco. It said,
they should.
We have a familiar guy. We know this quarterback.
He's not mobile.
No, he's not. And he's not the same player that he was years ago when he was drafted. No,
but he does still have a cannon for an arm.
He does, but he's still not the same player, I don't think. So I think this should be an easy game. Easier, I should say. No NFL game is easy except if you have a undrafted rookie wide receiver playing quarterback. That's an easy game. But
it is.
So, but I do think this will be an easier game. The Browns are favored in this game. So that is nice.
What's the line at?
Let me look here. They're 6-point favorite.
Okay.
So
basically 3.
Yeah.
Because you always get 3 points to the home team.
Exactly. So they are 6-point favorites. We have a chance to start 2-0 for the first time since 93. We are favored to be 2-0 for the first time since 93. And that bodes well for us. Right now, a lot of the experts, they are all picking the Brownies to win this game.
I don't like that rather than pick the Jets too.
It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not.
I know.
Really worried about it per se. I just, it's nice to not be completely hated, I guess. That's just
care what national people think.
Same. But man, this is our home opener. This is huge. This is a huge game for us.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's start 2-0. Let's fucking do it. It'd be
really nice to be able to start 2-0.
Yep.
This is a team that really needs it, so being able to actually start 2-0 would be huge.
Yep. So let's go over some keys to the game today.
Sure.
Before we get into our pick'ems for the week, I'd like to go over one on offense and one on defense for both of us.
Sure.
So I'm going to do the easy one. I'm just going to start it off on defense. And I'm going to do the easy one. I'm going to take this away from you. And mine's going to be get to the quarterback. You keep Flacco under duress, he's going to make some shit-ass throws, and it should be easy picking for our secondary. Our secondary is good enough to do it.
Yeah.
It's, even without Greedy Williams, we are good enough.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not too worried about our secondary. So I think if our line rushes Joe Flacco, I think we'll be just fine. But you already said it, that Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett should have a field day against this offensive line. And I think you're right. I mean, they allowed 3 sacks last week. Myles Garrett had 2 himself.
Yep.
Look for a big game from this defensive line. That's my key on defense to win the game. What about yours?
Mine's pretty simple. No miscommunications. No
there you go.
Big plays over your head. You got to eliminate it. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I'm going to change my key.
Okay.
My key is stop playing prevent damn defense in the 3rd and 4th quarter. Stop it. Stop
Oh
it.
my God. That's a Joe Woods defense if I've ever heard of it.
Stop it, Joe Woods. Get some help. Stop. God. It almost came to bite us again, man. It's
No,
the
no, you're
same
right.
thing week after week.
You're right.
Remain aggressive.
You're right.
Stop playing prevent. Stop playing off. Stop playing scared. Stop playing conservative. Go after the quarterback. Like, it's not that hard. Step on their throat. We don't have to win by 2 points. We can win by 15 or 17 or 24. I don't care. Stop making it close.
Yep.
And I guess since you took the first one on defense, I'll take the first one on offense.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'll take the easy one.
All right.
Find a way to run the damn ball.
Find a way to run the damn ball. There we go.
And when it doesn't work, run right. And when that doesn't work, run left. When that doesn't work, run up the middle. When that don't work, throw a screen pass. Run the damn ball. Get the running backs involved.
I like it. I like it a lot. I feel like we're going to be saying that quite a bit until Watson comes back. All right. You took the easy one on offense. So mine's going to be pretty simple, and it's really going to go out to one man, and that's Jacoby Brissett. Manage the game.
Yeah.
The good thing is we're not asking a whole lot from him.
Sure.
We're not asking him to throw for 400 yards passing. We don't need 3 touchdowns. It would be awesome, but we don't need it.
Right.
Manage the game. No turnovers, no stupid ass throws.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe throw a couple accurate long balls while you're at it. That would be nice. He missed a few last week. Like we said, we think that just comes with time. We got to get the timing right with the receivers. I think he'll get there. I'm not too concerned about it. That was Amari Cooper's first game. He didn't even play in the preseason. Right. So I think
same thing with DPJ though.
No, you're right. You're right. But DPJ has also been in this offense for a little bit. Sure. So yeah, to Jacoby Brissett, just manage the game. It's all we need from you. Manage the game.
Sure.
And I think if the Browns coaching staff, if you're watching this, take what we said and you'll win. Why didn't everybody do that? Why don't they do that every week? God,
yeah, I don't know.
We'd be 17-0.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but anyway, I think we can lead into our pick segment.
All right.
I was a bad chooser, and I forgot to select who did good and who did bad, so I will save that for next week. I'll tally up all the votes.
Run through it real quick. Can't you do it real quick?
I can sure try. I think because you know that you got me on a couple of the games.
I know I did. I know I did. That's why I want to hear it, because I know I got you in a couple.
This is going to take me way too long to do this on air. You got me on the Rams pick. You got me on the Miami pick.
Yep.
And everything else was the same.
Okay.
So
I got 2 on you.
You got 2 on me.
Okay.
So since you're the winner, you'll start us off then. Thursday night we have the Chargers traveling to KC.
Give me KC.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, KC was absolutely on fire last week. Now I like that Chargers team. I like that a lot, but they also don't have Keenan Allen playing.
So, is he out?
Yeah, he's out.
I didn't know that.
I'm nearly positive he's out. If you want to check that real quick.
I'm gonna check that before I pick my make my pick. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
I am damn near positive he is out.
You are right. So I am gonna go with KC as well.
All right.
If they had Keenan Allen, I would have gone with.
I would have been tempted. I would have been tempted. I'm not saying I would have done it. I just would have been tempted. But I think that Kansas City team is really, 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 really good. They haven't missed a beat. Sure. They don't miss Tyreek Hill at all. So
no, I think they will at one point, but right now the offense is humming.
Yep.
Then again, I was against the bad Arizona defense, but I rest my case. So moving on to the next game, we have the 0-1 Patriots against the 1-0 Pittsburgh Steelers without TJ Watt.
Give me Pittsburgh. Screw it.
Okay.
I didn't.
You believe
They
in
played.
Mitch?
They played good enough. Well, it's at Pittsburgh too.
It is at Pittsburgh.
Okay, I mean, the Steelers played really, really well against a good Bengals team last week, and New England did not look good at all. They did
No, they
not
didn't.
look good against Miami at all. So I don't have a whole lot of confidence in the New England Patriots. Mitch Trubisky played a pretty damn good game. It was not a game that we normally see from him. So I think
but there wasn't an explosive offense at all either.
you're right.
And you still have Najee Harris banged up.
You're right, but I don't know. I'm gonna roll with the hot hand.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Patriots only because of the injuries. That defense was totally different once TJ went out. And losing a player like that is pretty detrimental to a defense.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I'm going New England. If they had TJ Watt, I would go Pittsburgh. But they don't, so I'm going to go New England.
Gotcha.
Next, I'll go first. We have the Bengals traveling to the Dak Prescott-less Dallas Cowboys. I am going to go with the Bengals. Yeah. I honestly feel bad for the Cowboys this week because I think the Bengals are pissed. And this offense, Joe Burrow's not going to play that way again.
No. Joe Burrow's not going to have 5 turnovers. He definitely will not have 5 turnovers every game. No. I also think the Bengals will win this game. I think they'll win it handedly. I think they're going to beat the snot out of Dallas. I wish they wouldn't, but I'm not that lucky.
Sure. I'll let you go first this one. So we have Washington traveling to Detroit. I already have my pick written down, so it's whatever you want to choose.
Detroit really held their own against Philly for a while, and that's a good Philly team. Mm-hmm. And Washington, you still don't know what they are. Yeah. Because Carson Wentz looked bad and good. He had 3 interceptions, I think.
I don't know.
But he also
he had 3 touchdowns.
I think he did win 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But that Washington defense is really, really good. I really like
4 touchdowns, 2 picks.
4 touchdowns, 2 picks. Okay, I was off. So I'm gonna go with Washington, but I think it's gonna be a close game. I wouldn't be shocked if Detroit does actually win the game, but I just don't see it happening. Give me Washington.
Pax?
What?
Your boy, MCDC.
You're going with him?
Is so upset with you right now.
I know.
Because you were riding that train all last year.
I know.
And now you've got off the train because they're on Hard Knocks. But I am not. Give me the Detroit Lions.
Look at him. Look at you. Look at you. Would you just look at it? Man. All right. I respect it.
I will go first.
Okay.
Next we have the Carolina Panthers traveling to the New York Giants. This is a tough game.
Man, that Giants team looked good.
Yeah, but at the same time, so the Panthers look good in the second half. And Baker pissed off is always a good thing. We know that. And they should get Laviska Shenault to play this week. He was a scratch because he was traded late. I think that wrinkle to this team is going to be a huge boost. And I kind of just changed my opinion. I had the Giants written down, but I am actually going to switch that and go with the Panthers.
I'm going with the Giants. I think Brian Daboll has got that team humming right now.
Yeah.
And they looked damn good last week. Who'd they play? I can't remember.
Tennessee.
That's right, Tennessee.
Derrick Henry got smacked.
Yes, he did.
You see that play?
Yes, I did. That's one of the rare times that Derrick Henry got smacked. That doesn't really happen.
He did, though.
Yes, he did. It doesn't happen too often, but it happened then.
Sure did.
I think they're gonna take this momentum, and I think they're gonna continue with it. I still don't like the Panthers team at all. I don't think that's a good team.
Sure.
Fun fact: did you know Jabril Peppers is not with the Giants anymore? He is with New England.
Oh. Huh.
Didn't know
Did
that.
I know?
I didn't know
Now
that.
you do.
Yeah. So
All
there you
right,
go.
I will go first. This game, we have the Indianapolis Colts going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Um, I think this should be an easy win for the Colts. I'm gonna choose the Colts. If they had a better kicker, they would have won last week, but they don't, so they didn't.
And well, the
So,
geek got cut.
yep, Blankenship got cut. So I'm gonna go with the Colts.
I'm gonna agree with you there. I think Jaguars team is obviously better than what they were last year, but they're not there yet. And their running back, what was his name? Like Travis Etienne or whatever.
ETN.
There we go. He did not look good.
I didn't see much of
He
what.
did
I didn't
not.
see much of the game.
He had a bad debut.
Yeah, well, he went 4 for 47, 11.8 yards to carry.
Sometimes
2 catches for 18 yards.
it's just
But he did lose a fumble.
from what I heard a lot of people talking about him, they said he did not look very well.
I mean, that's probably because James Robinson looked better.
Yeah.
But James Robinson's always been good.
Yeah. But
So,
I'm still going with the Colts.
okay. All right. I'll let you go first this one. So you have the Miami Dolphins traveling up to Baltimore. 1-0 versus 1-0.
Give me Baltimore.
Okay.
I don't want to. I don't like it at all, but
Okay.
whatever.
In Mike McDaniels, we trust. I'm going with the Miami Dolphins.
I hope you're right.
That team looked really good last week.
Yes, they did.
And the way that team is rallying around Mike McDaniels is huge.
Did you hear what Tyreek Hill said about him?
No, I didn't.
Pretty much said, I can't quite remember the quote, but he pretty much said his balls are huge.
Oh, yeah. He's going to need a wheelbarrow for his balls on the way back to Miami.
Yep.
Yeah, he did say that right after the game was over. So that was pretty funny.
Yep.
This next game, is going to be very interesting. Neither team looked great, but both teams are 1-0. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going up against the New Orleans Saints.
And that's a divisional game too, so you never quite know how those are going to go.
Absolutely.
I'll go first on that one. I'm going to take Tampa Bay, but it could go either way.
Okay.
It takes a lot for me to go against the GOAT, so
based on the past 2 years, am going to go New Orleans. Tom Brady, for whatever reason, in New Orleans does not play well. And
except for the playoffs.
Yes. But point being is that during regular season, which is what this is, he has not played well. So I'm going to go with New Orleans. And that team's coming off a nice win. Comeback win.
It could go either way for me, but I don't
understand. Next, this is going to be, I think, a miserable game based on how these teams played last week. The Chicago Bears versus the Green Bay Packers.
Where is it at?
Green Bay.
Okay, so we don't have to deal with the abysmal field conditions in Chicago.
Hey, but let me say, that slide to hop up by Justin Fields, the slip and slide, that is one of the coolest celebrations I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the coolest celebrations.
It's at Lambeau. I'm taking the Packers, but they got to play a hell of a lot better than they did against Minnesota.
Yeah, agreed.
So
I'm picking them for the same exact reason. I think that Aaron Rodgers, there's no way he's allowing Chicago to beat him at home.
No.
He will cut off every single person's big toe in that locker room.
I think if it was in Chicago, I'd be more inclined to pick Chicago. I would be more inclined. It didn't say I would.
Sure.
So yeah, give me
All
Green
right.
Bay in that one.
Same. Next, Atlanta traveling to LA for the Rams.
I don't think the Rams are going 0-2. I don't think they are. But man, they did not look great against the Bills.
Oh, terrible.
But
And
I just don't see them going 0-2 at all. So
they shouldn't, but we'll see. I am actually going to choose them to go 0-2 here.
wow.
I'm going to
Okay.
take Atlanta.
All right.
My surprise pick of the week here.
All right.
So I don't know that they will win. They're famous for choking, but I think that they'll get a win here. If not this week, they'll get one very soon.
Okay.
Next is the first place Seattle Seahawks with the only win in the entire division, going to the San Francisco 49ers.
Give me the Seahawks. I cannot believe
Wow.
that. Geno Smith looks like a brand new quarterback.
Wow.
I don't know what the hell. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's got to be smoking the good kush in Seattle, because my man's played well and I've never seen him play like that ever.
No.
I cannot believe that.
Yeah.
He might make me eat my words. He does not look like the guy that got punched by IK and Impali in in New York.
In New York. Yeah.
And got his jaw broken.
Right. That's too funny.
Oh man, that's a hilarious yet sad story. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna roll with the Seahawks. I don't think that Trey Lance is as good as what everybody says. I know the field conditions were bad last week. I know that. And I think he'll play better, but I'm just going with Seattle. I think they got a lot of momentum.
I can't see Shanahan allowing this team to go 0-2. I just can't see it. So I'm gonna go with the Niners only because I don't think lightning strikes in a bottle twice.
I honestly, I think I really didn't want to pick Seattle. I really didn't. And I think the smarter decision would have been San Francisco. But man, I'm just gonna go with it. I mean, I already said it, so we're gonna lock it in.
Right.
But I think it wouldn't surprise me if Seattle loses, but fuck it. Yeah. I'm going with the hot hand.
All right. So moving on to the next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals traveling to Vegas. Which teams gets back on the horse?
I think it's gonna be Vegas personally.
Yeah, that's what I've written down as well.
I just don't think the Cardinals are as good as what everybody thinks they are. That defense is not as good.
No. And I mean, I hope that Kyler Murray lights it up because that's who I have in fantasy. But, other than that, I really don't care. It's short and sweet, both big Vegas. So next we will move on. This is going to be either a good game or a really terrible game. We have the Houston Texans traveling to the Denver Broncos.
I'm going to pick Denver. I don't know what kind of Houston team. I don't know what team that is. I don't know about them. Mm-hmm. They're very unknown to me. Denver should have won last week. They should have. Why they decided to kick a 64-yard field goal as compared to count on Russell Wilson to get them 5 yards is beyond me. I mean, I thought that's why they traded for him. I thought that's why
you paid him all that money.
Yeah. So I think I don't like their coach. I think he's a fucking idiot for that. But I don't think he's going to make that same mistake twice. Yeah, and I don't see them being in that situation. And I just don't. There's still a lot of unknowns about Davis Mills. Yeah. So, or David Mill, doesn't matter. Davis. Okay. Mm-hmm. So give me Denver.
I got 4 words for you. Broncos country. Let's ride.
Ew.
Whatever.
Ew. Don't lie. No, don't ever
I
do
don't know
that.
if you've ever seen all those memes, but they're hilarious.
No, don't say that on this show.
You and your hatred for Denver. Anyway, next game. This should be a blowout. Tennessee traveling to Buffalo. I'm thinking Buffalo.
Yeah, it's going to be
I don't
Buffalo.
think this game's going to be close.
No.
Tennessee looked like poop last week. I think they'll look like poop again this week. Terrible game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a blowout. The other Monday night game should be a very good game. And
Wait,
I
there
will
are two
say,
Monday night games this week?
yeah, these are both Monday nights.
I wonder why they
I
didn't
will
have a
say-
Monday night, two of them. They
I don't
usually
know.
do two of them week one.
Yeah, I guess because the storyline for Russ. That may be the only reason. But I will say, Jordan, I'm looking at you. I was wrong.
So was
The
I.
Vikings look a lot better than what I thought they would.
Yep.
Right at the cameras where I'm looking at you. Now,
They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
well, they aren't who we thought they were. But they are traveling to Philly to play the Eagles. I will let you choose this one first.
Oh, I'm going Minnesota. If they play, I think, half as good as they played last week, I think they'll beat that Philly team handedly.
Okay.
They looked really, really, really good. Justin
yeah.
Jefferson might be the best wide receiver in the game right now.
Yeah, he might be.
You can't. It's hard for me to vote against that. So
Yeah.
give me Minnesota, and I swear to God, Jordan, if they lose this game, I'm calling you. I am calling you. I am going to get on LTB Vikings myself and say, what the hell happened?
I gave you guys a chance. I let you guys in, and you guys lost. It's your fault. I am, even though I was wrong about them, I am still extremely high on the Eagles.
Same.
So only because it's at home am I going to take the Eagles. But I think that this and the Thursday night game could be set up for the game of the week, or the Miami-Baltimore game. That's another really good game.
Yeah.
But this game should be a banger. I'm very excited to watch some Monday night. And I don't think we really need to talk about it. I think we both know who we're going to choose in the next game. It's the New York Football Jets traveling to our Cleveland Browns for the home opener. We're both taking the Browns.
Oh, I'm taking the Browns. What's your score?
Oh, okay, that's the hard part. I am going to say Browns 24, Jets 13.
I was actually going to say 2013 Browns. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I think our Brownies got this game. We'll fucking see. Hopefully, this is a very winnable. This is. I don't want to say it's a must win, but it is.
It is.
It really is. I know it's only week 2, but yeah, it's a must win.
They have to win this game.
They absolutely have to, because we're not going to be favored in a lot of these upcoming games.
Correct.
So any of these games that are easier, you have to win them.
Yep.
Now I think the Jets are better than what they showed. I really do. And I like their head coach, Robert Salah.
Mm-hmm.
I like him a lot. And I think he's going to have this team more prepared against the Browns.
Right.
But I don't see him winning this game. I don't.
Yeah.
It good God. I mean, this is a very, very winnable game.
Yeah.
So I think 2013 Browns, I think that's what I'm going to go with.
I think that's a good choice. Good call.
All right. So guys, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Load the Box Browns. Hey, we did it, guys. We won in week 1. Let's carry this momentum on. Let's go win week 2, shall we?
I'm all for it.
Yeah, trust me too. We can win this game. We should win this game. Hopefully we win this game.
Yeah.
I want to be here a week from now and talk to you guys about how we're 2-0.
2-0.
That's what I want. And I think if our keys to the game actually happen the way we want them to, I think this should be an easy dub. So with that being said, guys, thank you all for joining us. I am Chris Paxitas. That's Eric Mienko. We're going to end this how we always do. Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Ooh, ooh.